if you have not heard yet, but I'm going to tell you who's behind TikTok, who's behind that wants TikTok to be banned, and that culprit is take guess. Exactly, Facebook. Facebook has hired a company so they can lobby Congress so they can ban and take away ByteDance away from the Chinese government. Okay, so this I didn't expect that coming, but you can believe it's true because TikTok has surpassed all these social medias that are out there. Right, from Facebook to Amazon to all of them. You have 170 million U.S. users alone in the United States. So that's competition for Facebook. So I'm shocked that the United States Congress, United States Senate, and everybody there is saying, in the House of Representatives are saying that they're doing that because they're looking out for us because they don't want our data to be exposed. They don't want our information to be exposed to the Chinese government because that ByteDance has to adhere to the Chinese Communist Party, right? And they don't want that. And the CEO of TikTok, ByteDance, says that our information is secured in the U.S. base. And I think is with Google, something like that. But anyway, so it's not so much that they are worried about it. They're not worried about that the Chinese may get our information, or for this reason or for that reason. It's because they know that Gen Z, and they know a lot of people, a lot of 170 million people out there who are on TikTok, get their news from TikTok. They have decided who they're going to vote for their president on TikTok, have voiced their opinion on TikTok. And just 3 years ago, 4 years ago, President Trump said he was going to ban TikTok. He wanted TikTok banned. You guys know that. And now he's turning around and saying, "Oh, he doesn't want TikTok to be banned because he wants to side with the TikTokers. He wants that votes." So you see you see the hypocrisy there. The same way as Joe Biden, he signed. He said he would sign he would sign the legislation that became law. He also has a TikTok account. So it's more of a political thing because they don't want TikTok to influence the elections. I mean, same way. This is the same way that you would go to Facebook and you post things on Facebook. It's the same thing. But TikTok has become so big that they don't want you, me, somebody else to see what other people think. Because remember, social media is one thing, you can write one thing, but you actually see what you're watching the person think. You're watching the person say what they want to say. And they want to keep it in American soil, so they can control the narrative. You see? So they can control the narrative. Because if that's the case of Chinese having our information, when you open Facebook, when you open Twitter for the very first time, even Google, you open up the app for the first time, when you take your phone, it's going to ask you, do you give us permission to look at your data, your phone, your pictures, your videos? We can record videos, we can record your conversation, we can see your camera. And that's Facebook. And if you don't believe me, uninstall your Facebook and reinstall it again. You're gonna see they're gonna ask you these permissions. And that's what most apps are doing now. That's what most apps are doing nowadays anyways, asking you information. I decline all those. So if they could do it, what's the point of TikTok? They're doing the same thing. The same way, Facebook was the first one that admitted that they sold your data. That they sold you that right now, if you put down on your cell phone, on the search engine, 1982 Ford Mustang, it's an example, right? That's on your search engine, right? And then you go to Google. You know what you're gonna have on the first few pages? You're gonna see a commercial, or you're gonna see something, or you're gonna see something that has a 1982 Ford Mustang. Same with Alexa, Google Assistant. They're all programmed to listen to you. They're all programmed to listen to what your suggestions are. So if you go, oh, I like the color blue, or oh, I would like to have a 3-bedroom house. All that's being recorded, and then you start getting mail of houses, or you start getting mails of something that are blue, or something, whatever the case may be, and you're being monitored. That's creepy itself. So to say that they're going to ban TikTok because of the Chinese government, that is so stupid. That it really is. So that means you're going to tell me that we, the people, have instilled in you, in Congress, we have voted for you people to do a job, is to legislate, to make our lives a little bit easier. And all you do for a whole entire year, the House Senate, the House Judiciary, for a whole freaking year, all they do is from Jim Jordan to August. Jim Jordan is horrible. All they have done is try to go after Biden because of the classified files. That's all they've done. They have not legislated at all. They have done nothing at all. The House of Representatives have done nothing at all but tried to impeach in the past year and a half. This is why there have been several Republicans that have left the party or are about to leave the party because of these shenanigans. Because they're not doing their job. Jim Jordan has a hard on for Joe Biden. Jim Jordan is an eye doctor. You just stick to fucking eyes. That's it. Because your father was a politician doesn't mean it makes you a politician. You study to become a doctor. Stay as a doctor because you suck. All of you suck. I didn't vote for people here for the senators here in South Carolina, I mean North Carolina, to go up there and think about Joe Biden or Hunter Biden. No, I didn't do that. I voted for the people of South Carolina because I want changes in South Carolina. Okay. So it's so stupid that the House of the House of Representatives, the Senate, they're going through all this for nothing. They have not achieved anything, guys. We had, and I checked with different sources, not just here in the United States. I researched with different sources outside the United States, and that bipartisan bill that Joe Biden had for the border, it was the strongest bipartisan bill that was ever done, ever. And even on the Reagan side, ever. And because of Donald Trump, because he wants to get the accolades because he wants to do things, they voted no on that. So don't be blaming Joe Biden, right? You have you have a Republican, Roy something, I think it's from Texas, who decided to leave because, as he said yesterday in the House floor, when Trump was president, they had the House of Representatives, they had the Senate floor, they had the White House, and they still messed up on the border. So it's not saying that, you know what, Joe Biden has this horrible. This was trickling down from Donald Trump. Okay, the same way the Donald Trump and the Republicans are saying, oh, that when Joe Biden pulled away the troops from Afghanistan and those 13 soldiers passed away, may they rest in peace, and their family have in peace. But those soldiers that were killed, that was not because of Biden's fault. I mean, there's not a book, how do you do this. This is something that Donald Trump has set up when he was president, gave a specific date as to when those troops were to leave Afghanistan. All right? And we only have, I'm not believing, like 2,500 troops in Afghanistan. So once Joe Biden became president, his time was limited. He didn't have a plan. You know, and that those 13 officers, I mean, soldiers that passed away, that's an unfortunate death. That could have happened anyway, even if it was planned, because no one expected that. But Donald Trump did make an agreement that he was going to pull out. I think it was by May something or whatever it was. So Joe Biden was on a tight spot and he had to pull out because that's what Donald Trump had agreed to. Okay, that's what Donald Trump had agreed to. So the hypocrisy here is unbelievable. But TikTok will stay. You have your First Amendment right. TikTok will stay. It's not going to go anywhere. Okay? You guys have nothing to worry about. That would have been the case. Then YouTube would have been gone too. YouTube, Google, everybody would have been. All these social media would have been gone. Or they would have been controlled like they do in China. China's TikTok is way different than the one in the United States. You don't see this dance. No, there is more of an educational TikTok. Yes, China does control what you watch, what you see, what you hear. Okay? And then here, when it becomes like that people are voicing their opinion, and people say, we're not going to vote Republican, or we're not going to vote Democrat, we're going to go independent because that scares them. So now they say, then they say, we have to ban TikTok because our independent voters are going in, the Democratic voters are going independent, our Republicans are going independent. Well, they're not going to vote for us. So they get scared. Look, man, when you are an underachiever, you're an underachiever. If you study to become a lawyer, if you study to become a doctor, and you're 23, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 years old, and you're in Congress, and you're not doing the job that you studied to do, then you're horrible. See, the Boebert got no GED. Matthew Taylor Greene has no education. They ran on no principle, just because Donald Trump was the ticket to run. So they ran with the bagging. Because Matthew Taylor Greene has done nothing for her constituents. Neither has Boebert. Okay, they're both 50 cents short of a dollar. They have no idea how the law works. No idea. But they want to be relevant. They want to be seen. So they go, oh, Joe Biden. Instead of doing the things that they're doing the things that their constituents hire them to do. Mike Gates is another one. Jimmy Jordan is another one. Lindsey Graham is another one. I mean, okay, Ted Cruz. These are old people that at one point in their lives said, but Ted Cruz, Lindsey Graham, and others. Rubio said that Donald Trump's a bad president. I mean, in 2016, before he even became president, they slandered him that he was no good and blah blah. And then after he became president, they all kissed his ass. He's the best. He's the best. He's the best. Donald Trump talked shit about I'm Ted Cruz's wife, and Ted Cruz didn't care. He's a pussy. Okay, but TikTok will stay. So don't worry about it, people. You have to worry about it. Just look. I say to people, keep on doing your videos, keep voicing your opinion. I like watching TikTok because it has a lot of people out there who have a lot of talent, and hopefully those people who have talent get to be discovered, and they can put their talents out in the screen or out in the music industry. If you look at TikTok, it also has STEM, as for math and science. People can get discovered through there too, and if you love science, you got that too. So it's great. It's great. It's great. I think it's great for people to for those people who were introvert, now can express themselves and then become an extrovert, and they can become who they want to be, and that's great. And that's great and awesome, and I'm all for that. So TikTok's gonna stay.